ඔබත් SLT පාරිභෝගිකයෙකු නම් ඔබේ හිතවතෙකුට SLT නව සබඳතාවයක් 50%ක වටනමක් සහිතව ලබා දී ඔබේ බිල්පතට රුපියල් 6000ක් දක්වා වටනමක් හිමි කරගන්න.
Tonight, past lessons. President warns that no government can move forward and overcome the country's challenges if the mistakes of the past are ignored. Jail jitters. Former minister's health condition worsens after prison officers arrive for hospital transfer. Green light. Government gives the nod for inking of $250 million mixed development project, marking the first of its tenure. Breathing free. Government announces mega reforestation plan to increase country's forest density by 7% in next 5 years. All this and much more coming up on this Sunday, the 29th of December 2019.
මේ සීන් එකෙන් කට් වෙන්න ඇන්ටිජර් මවුත්වොෂ් සමගින් එන ක්ලෝස් අප් ජෙල් එක ස්ටෝරි එක ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්න.
Hi.
Hi.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9. Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
A very good evening and welcome to First at 9. I am Shanella Fernando. Moving on to your top stories for tonight. Addressing local government political representatives at the President's house, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has requested them to support him to overcome the country's challenges by dedicating themselves to creating a strong government during the upcoming general election. A meeting with local government officials from urban councils, municipal councils and Pradesh Sabhas was held yesterday evening at the President's house under the patronage of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, a group of ministers and MPs were also present at the meeting.
මහජනතාව විශාල බලාපොරොත්තු සහිතව තමයි අපිට මේ ජයග්‍රහණය ලබා දුන්නේ. අපි 2015 එදා රටේ හිටපු ජනප්‍රියම දේශපාලඥයා වශයෙන් මහින්ද රාජපක්ෂ මැතිතුමා හිටියා. අපි හොඳ සංවර්ධන මාර්ගයකට යොමු වෙලා තිබුණා. අපි හොඳ ආර්ථිකයක් තිබුණා. මේ සියලුම දේවල් තිබුණත් ජනතාව අපි එදා ප්‍රතික්ෂේප කරන්නට හේතුණු කරුණු මොනවද කියන එක අපි හොඳට අවබෝධ කරගෙන අපේ වැඩ කටයුතු නොකළොත් අපි මේ ලැබපු ජයග්‍රහණය අපිට ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නට පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපි එයින් පාඩමක් ඉගෙන ගන්නට ඕන. අපේ ආර්ථිකය නැවතත් ගොඩ ගන්නට ඕන. අඩාල වුණු සංවර්ධන නැවතත් ආරම්භ කරන්නට ඕනි. අපි ඇත්තටම මේ මාස තුල අපි අයවැයක් සම්මත කරගන්නේ නැහැ. අයවැයක් හැටියට අපි ඉදිරිපත් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ පාර්ලිමේන්තු මැතිවරණයෙන් පස්සේ. ඊට පස්සේ තමයි ඇත්තටම අපිට පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ ඒ ආයතන වලට ප්‍රතිපාදන ලබා දෙන්න අපේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති ප්‍රකාශනයේ ඉදිරිපත් කළා තියෙන ව්‍යාපෘති ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නට මෙවැනි අභියෝගමත් වකවානුවක් තමයි මේ ඉදිරි මාස දෙක තුල කාලය ජනතාව බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා මොන විදියටද මේ රජය මේ ජනාධිපතිවරයා වැඩ කරන්න කියන කාරණේ පසුගිය වසර ගණනාව තුල මොන ආකාරයකින් ඒවා පාලනය වුණත් දැන් මේ අය බලාගෙන ඉන්නේ අපි කොහොමද මේ කාර්යයන් කරන්න කියන එක. විශාල වර්ෂාපතනයක් ඇති වුණා. එළවලු වල මිල ඉහළ ගිහිල්ලා තිබෙනවා. හාල් වල මිල ඉහළ දැම්මා. මුත් අපි මේ සෑම දෙයකටම කරන්නට පුළුවන් මැදිහත් වීම අපි කළා තිබෙනවා. බදු සාන අපි ශනිකවම ලබා දුන්නා. ඒවායේ ප්‍රතිලාභ පහතට එන්නට ඕනේ. රාජ්‍ය සේවය කාර්යක්ෂම කරන්නට, දූෂණය ඉවත් කරන්නට විශාල අභියෝගයක් අපිට තිබෙනවා. ජනතාව ගැන බලන්නේ නැතුව කරපු දේවල් පිටේ හඳුනාගෙන ජනතාව වෙනුවෙන් මේ ක්‍රියාමාර්ග ගන්න එක ඉතාමත්ම වැදගත් වෙනවා. මම තමුන්නාන්සේලාගෙන් ඉල්ලා හිටිනවා. අපි බාරගත් අභියෝගය ජය ගන්න මාත් එක්ක එකහුව වෙන්න ප්‍රබල ආණ්ඩුවක් බිහි කරන්න තමුන්නාන්සේලා අප කැප වෙනමින් ඉල්ලමින් ස්තුතියි.
ජෙල් සීන් ඇක්ෂන් ඇන්ටිජර් මවුත්වොෂ් සමගින් එන ක්ලෝස් අප් ජෙල් එක ස්ටෝරි එක ස්ටාර්ට් කරන්න.
Former Minister Dr. Rajitha Senaratne was shifted to the intensive care unit of a Colombo private hospital he was being treated at this evening due to his health condition allegedly taking a turn for the worse. He was given the green light to be discharged and transferred to the prison's hospital following a medical examination by a prison medical officer yesterday. While preparations were being made to discharge and transfer the former minister, his health condition declined, at which time the transfer was cancelled. The former minister was arrested by the Criminal Investigation Department on Friday relating to an ongoing investigation into a media briefing convened by the parliamentarian where two individuals claimed to have perpetrated crimes with the use of white vans. While receiving treatment at a private hospital in Narahempita placed under protection of prison officials, MP Rajitha Senaratne was examined by a prison's medical officer last afternoon. Concluding the examining process, the prison medical officer recommended his transfer to the prison's hospital or the National Hospital for further treatment. Accordingly, a prison's department ambulance arrived at the Narahempita hospital premises to effect the transfer. According to our reporters on the ground, Prison Superintendent Sampath Alhakon too arrived at the hospital premises. By the evening, however, the health condition of MP Senaratne had taken a turn for the worse. As per Commissioner General of Prisons TMJW Tennakon, the MP was shifted to the intensive care unit due to a life-threatening situation. Accordingly, the ambulance vehicle returned to the prison hospital. Meanwhile, former Minister Senaratne was visited by a number of people, including former ministers Partali Champika Ranawaka and Kabir Hashim. As per the order by the Colombo Additional Magistrate Shalini Pereira, former Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne will be placed under remand custody until tomorrow. Former Minister Rajitha Senaratne was arrested by the CID on Friday in connection with an ongoing probe pertaining to a media briefing he convened with the help of two other individuals in the run-up to November's presidential election. The duo who accompanied the MP claimed that they were part of various crimes, including abductions, perpetrated with the use of white vans during the tenure of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. MP Sajid Premadasa today criticised the government for allowing the prices of commodities to skyrocket, even after promising better concessions than the previous government. The MP's remarks came during a public gathering held in Anuradhapura today. Another leg in the series of felicitation programs carried out by MP Sajid Premadasa to pay tribute to supporters who backed him during the presidential election was worked off in Anuradhapura today.
සිංහල බෞද්ධ බහුතර ජනතාව වෙත මම කිසිම දවසක ද්‍රෝහි වෙලා නැහැ. කිසිම දවසක මම රට පාවලා දීලා නැහැ. මට මතකයි අපි විපක්ෂයේ ඉන්නකොට මේ රටට බලපෑම් එල්ල වුණා. ජාත්‍යන්තර පරීක්ෂණ තියන්නට ඕනේ කිව්වා. ජාත්‍යන්තර උසාවි ගෙනෙන්නට ඕනේ කිව්වා. ඒ හැම දෙයකම විරුද්ධව මම නැගී සිටියා. ජනතාව 69 ලක්ෂයක් තිබුණටත් වැඩිය බඩු මිල පහළයයි කියලා ලැබුණු ශක්තිය භුක්ති විඳිනව වෙනුවට තවත් සෞභාග්‍යයක් උදෙසා වරම ලබා දුන්නා. රාජ්‍ය බලය ලබා ගන්නකොට තිබුණු බඩු මිල වඩා වසර 4මාරකට 5කට පස්සේ එදා තිබුණු බඩු මිලටත් වැඩිය අඩු බඩු මිලක් ලබා දුන්නු කාලවකවානුවක් ගැන නම් මම දේශපාලන ඉතිහාසයේ කවදාවත් අහලා නැහැ. අපි හැමෝම දන්නවා ජනාධිපතිවරණය අවසන් වෙලා මාසෙකුත් සතියකට වැඩි කාලයක් ඉක්ම වෙලා ගියයින් පස්සේ අහස උසට බඩු මිල නැග. තිබුණාට වැඩිය හොඳට ජනතාවට සහන ලබා දෙනවා කියු. දැන් තිබුණාට වැඩිය හොඳට නෙවෙයි තිබුණාට වැඩිය නරකටම බඩු මිල අහස උසට නැගලා.
Following the President's election pledge of creating a green country, Minister of Lands, Land Development, Environment and Wildlife Resources S.M. Chandrasen has announced that a special tree planting campaign is to be launched from the 1st of January 2020. The aim of the campaign is to increase the country's forest density to 32% of its land area from its current 25% within the next 5 years. According to the Minister, the program will see the planting of over 450,000 saplings, which will be used both for city beautification and for water retention purposes, for which Me and Kumbuk varieties would be given priority. A total of 350,000 saplings are to be provided for the program by the Mahawali Authority, with the Forest Conservation Department providing 115,000 saplings, while the Coconut Conservation Board will provide 20,000 coconut saplings for the campaign. The minister also revealed that the responsibility of tending and caring for the planted saplings would be entrusted to Gramaniladaris, development and Samurdhi officers under the supervision of district secretaries. More news on the other side of this break. Stay tuned. In your business news, speaking at the 8th Monetary Review media briefing, newly appointed Governor of the Central Bank, Professor W.D. Lakshman, says that although the country's unemployment statistics may appear to be favourable, they do not reveal actual underlying problems. Meanwhile, speaking at the same event, Deputy Governor Dr. P. Nandalal Veerasinghe revealed that the Central Bank Act submitted to the previous government will have to go through the cabinet approval before being submitted to Parliament once sessions recommence. He added that the government will have to decide on whether any further amendments would be necessary in that period. Speaking at the 8th and final monetary policy review held recently, newly appointed Governor of the Central Bank, Professor W.D. Lakshman, highlighted factors that currently threaten the cost of living and factors that the government has to address if they are to achieve its goal in eliminating poverty through effective utilization of labour resources.
These statutory objectives show that the central bank has an important stabilization role as well as a facilitation role in the economy. The country has been struggling with below 5% growth for several years, and growth has now slowed down to below 3% as although inflation has been contained from demand side, weather-related food price volatility and dependence on imported commodities constantly threaten cost of living. Statistics on unemployment, available official statistics on unemployment appear acceptable. But they hide issues such as underemployment, low labor force participation, high unemployment among educated youth, and aging labor force and low productivity. These need to be addressed if the government is to realize its goal of eliminating poverty through effective utilization of labour resources.
Meanwhile, Deputy Governor of the Central Bank, Dr. P. Nandalal Veerasinghe, said that the new government will have to decide if any further amendments to the Central Bank Act are necessary before going through the Cabinet and parliamentary approval process.
Yes, the Central Bank Act, the bill has been drafted and it was submitted to the previous Parliament. Now Parliament has been prorogued. I think this process will have to, from the Cabinet, that process will have to start. And first of all, new government will have to look into the proposed act and make a decision whether that needs amendments or whether they will go ahead with the same thing. It is too early. So from our side, Central Bank side, we have drafted and submitted to the Minister of Finance. So then government will have to make that decision. New government will have to make that decision.
The Ministry of Finance has revealed that the government intends to launch the first large-scale foreign investment project of its tenure soon. The project will entail a mixed commercial development on a property between the Shangri-La Hotel and the Beira Lake on Baladaksha Mawata. With an investment of $205 million, the investor Perennial Real Estate Holdings will look to construct a 30-story commercial tower with 700 residential apartments, along with retail and food and beverage outlets as well. The Cabinet has approved the proposal submitted by Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa in his capacity as the Minister of Finance, Economy and Trade Policy Development. The Finance Ministry revealed that following the agreement signing, which is to be held soon, the property is to be released to the investor for a sum of $43 million. Stocks closed 0.59% higher last week on the back of gains by LOLC Holdings. In Friday's trading, Colombo's all-share price index closed 35.95 points up at 6,122.64. Further, markets expect a low foreign participation in the upcoming week with the festive season. Let's now take a look at what's in store for the markets in the week ahead.
With the ongoing festive season, we expect dull sentiment in both the debt and equity capital markets. Bonds are likely to be broadly stagnant, with yields likely to stay at similar levels similar to last week. Volumes are also likely to be low with weak market participation. If you take the equity market, the market activity has been on a declining trend already and also likely to continue in a similar fashion in the upcoming week as well. Foreign selling also has been drying up with the low turnover levels that has been prevailing. Thereby, we expect weak participation by foreigners in the upcoming week as well.
We'll be back after this commercial break. Stay tuned. Britain's Big Ben bell in Parliament's landmark clock tower will ring at midnight on New Year's Eve, marking the start of a year for the first time since its new face was revealed from under scaffolding halfway through restoration work. The work has seen the 96-metre-tall Elizabeth Tower, one of the most photographed buildings in Britain, enveloped in scaffoldings as the 4 clock dials are reglazed, ironwork repainted and intricately carved, stonework cleaned and repaired. In March, part of the scaffolding was removed, showing that the clock's once black numerals and hands have been repainted blue in line with what scientists say was its original color. Since restoration work began in 2017, Big Ben has been largely silent sounding, only for important events. It last tolled on Remembrance Day on 11th November. The British Parliament said in a statement that the bell will be tested several times in the run-up to the New Year's Eve. The restoration work is due to be completed in 2021 and will be followed by a £4 billion restoration programme of the entire Parliament building. More than 1,000 people rallied peacefully in a park in Hong Kong's financial district today, chanting slogans for democracy as they huddled under a sea of umbrellas. The crowd, a mix of young and elderly people, wore black and turquoise surgical masks to hide their identities as they listened to organizers speaking on a makeshift stage. A long black cloth depicting the Hong Kong protest timeline was set on the ground for participants to pen their thoughts. Hong Kong has been convulsed by more than 6 months of protest, triggered by a now withdrawn bill that would have allowed extraditions to mainland China, where courts are controlled by the Communist Party. The demonstration have since evolved into a broader pro-democracy movement and became more confrontational over the festive season. More protests are planned in the next few days, including a countdown to New Year's Day and a march on 1st January that could attract bigger crowds. In one of your local stories, in the backdrop of parliamentarian M.A. Sumandiran's accusations aimed at the government on its alleged marring of the national reconciliation process by its decision to sing the national anthem in Sinhala at the upcoming Independence Day celebrations, a few parties expressed their views on this matter.
Parliamentarian M.A. Sumandiran was speaking to media earlier on in the week, accused the government of marring reconciliation attempts introduced by the previous regime.
In 2015, when a new government came into office, they started moving in the direction of national reconciliation. That was the reason why after several decades, Mr. Sambandhan and I attended the National Day celebrations, because we wanted to show that we were ready to grasp that hand of friendship that was being extended from the majority community. We were ever willing to do that. But unfortunately now, that trajectory has been turned around and the government is doing everything to mar the national reconciliation process.
During the Good Governance regime in the year 2015, the government had the national anthem sung in Sinhala and Tamil during the Independence Day celebrations. However, with reference to the government's decision to sing the national anthem only in Sinhala during the upcoming Independence Day celebrations, conversations on whether this should be entertained or not have begun.
තුරේ අපේ දරුවෝ අවුරුදු 30ක් ජීවත් වුණේ ප්‍රභාකරන්ගේ දේහය.
පුංචි කාලේ ඉඳලා මනසට දාපු දරුවෝ තමයි ඉන්නේ. ඒ නිසා ඒ දරුවෝ ප්‍රභාකරන් ලෙවල් එකේ සටන් පාට කිව්වම අපිට ගන්නවා වැඩි. හිටපු ශ්‍රේෂ්ඨාධිකාරී විනිශ්චයකාරයෙක් හැටියට උතුරට ගිය විග්නේශ්වරන් වගේ අයත් බොහොම අන්තවාදී සටන් පාට කියන්නේ తాවකාලික අර මේ තරුණ ජනතාවගේ ජනප්‍රියත්වය ලබා ගැනීම සඳහා. මම කියන්නේ එහෙම නෙවෙයි. සිංහල, දමිළ, මුස්ලිම් සියලු දේශපාලඥයෝ එකතු වෙලා මේ දරුවන්ගේ බණ සාදන්න ඕන. එක රටක් තුල එක ජාතියක් හැටියට ජීවත් වෙන්න. භාෂා 738ක් කතා කරන ඉන්දියානුවන්ට එකට ඉන්න පුළුවන්. භාෂා 28ක් ජාතික භාෂා කරගෙන තියෙන ඉන්දියානුවන්ට එකට ජීවත් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. මම හිතන්නේ මේක ගැන මහා වාදයක් තියන්න ඕන දෙයක් නෙවෙයි. මේ අනවශ්‍ය විදිහට සිංහල දමිළ ජනතාව අතර අලුත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් හදන්න තමයි මේ ජාතික ගීය ඇදගෙන එන්නේ.
ආණ්ඩුව දෙමළෙනුත් සිංහලෙනුත් දෙකෙන්ම මහජන උත්සවවලදී ජාතික ගීය ගායනා කළ යුතුයි කියලා නියමයක් නැහැ. ඒ ආණ්ඩුවේ ප්‍රතිපත්ති අනුව ඒක වෙන්නේ.
නිදහසෙන් පස්සේ අවුරුදු 65කට වැඩි කාලයක් මේ රටේ ජාතික ගීය ගායනා කළේ සිංහල භාෂාවෙන් පමණයි. පසුගිය ආණ්ඩු කාලේ සංහිඳියාවට මුවා වෙලා ඇති කරගත්ත අනවශ්‍ය ප්‍රශ්නයක් නිසා තමයි මේ රටේ දමිළ භාෂාවෙන් ජාතික ගීය ගායනා කරන්න පටන් ගත්තේ. ඉන්දියාවේ භාෂා 100කට වඩා භාවිත වුණත් ඒ රටේ ජාතික ගීය ගායනා කරන්නේ එක් භාෂාවකින් පමණයි. එවැනි පසුබිමක් තුළ දකුණු ඉන්දියාවට කිසිදු සදාචාරාත්මක අයිතියක් නැහැ. අපේ රටේ ජාතික ගීය දෙමළ භාෂාවෙන් ගායනා කරන්න ඉඩ දෙන්න කියලා ඉල්ලීමක් කරන්න. විශේෂයෙන්ම මේ රටේ තුරේ අන්තවාදී දේශපාලන නායකයින් යලිත් මේ රටේ සිංහල දෙමළ අර්බුදයක් නිර්මාණය කරමින් ඔවුන්ගේ පැවැත්ම සඳහා කටයුතු කරන්නටයි මේ දේශපාලඥයන් උත්සාහ කරන්නේ.
දැන් නිදහස් දවස් එනවා. කොහොමද සූදානම්?
අපිට නිදහසක අපි ලැබිලා නැහැ කියලා තමයි දෙමළ ජනතාව හිතන්නේ. සිංහල ජනතාවට නිදහස ලැබෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝ මේක කරන්න එකට අපි කරදර කරන්න යන්නේ.
Now, the dominant Australians claimed a series victory by leading the series 2-0 with a victory against New Zealand in the second test match today by 247 runs with another match to go ahead. New Zealand were posted a target of 488 runs but managed to score only 240 runs as the Australian bowlers challenged the New Zealand batting order. Tom Lundell scored his maiden test century and became the first New Zealander to score a test century at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Outstanding Nathan Lyon bagged 4 wickets from among the New Zealand order, while James Pattinson bagged 3. Travis Head was named the man of the match. The next test match between the two teams will be held on the 3rd of January at the Sydney Cricket Ground. In the English Premier League, Wolverhampton stunned Man City 3-2 yesterday, coming back after being 2 goals down to virtually end City's league hopes. City's Raheem Sterling scored his first 2 goals in the first half, giving the visitors a 2-0 lead. However, in the second half, Adama Traore scored on in the 55th minute to begin the chase and bring on the pressure for Pep Guardiola's men. The Wolves managed to score 2 more goals with Raul Jimenez netting in the 82nd minute, while Matt Doherty sailing the win in the 89th minute rather. With that, we wrap up tonight's edition of First at 9. Thank you for joining. I'm Shanella Fernando. Good night.